He's going to go on to, he's been called the cornerstone since Isaiah, through Psalms, through Daniel, through the New Testament. Christ labels himself as the chief cornerstone. But it says right here, it says that he is the living stone, the one that we're building upon, rejected by humans, but he was chosen by God, and he was very precious to God. And it says you, like living stones, are being built into a spiritual house. So Jesus Christ is the cornerstone. He is the chief stone in our spiritual house, which is the church, the Big C church, not this local church, but the big universal church, God's church, his body of believers, being founded upon the living stone. I thought it was very funny because in Greek it uses, when it describes Jesus Christ as the living stone, and it describes Christians as the living stones, it is the same word. Same word that describes him as a living stone, that describes us as a living stone, because when we're joined with Christ, Christ is the source of all life. So when we're joined to the living stone, we're joined to the living stone that makes us alive as well. When we're joined in Christ, who is the giver of all life, who is the source of all life, that makes us the living stones in his spiritual house. To be a holy priesthood. Holy priesthood, a holy priesthood offering spiritual sacrifices. Now, holy means that you're set apart, that you're set aside, that you're his special possession, that you're holy, holy like him. Priesthood offering spiritual sacrifices. What does that mean to you guys? Holy priesthood offering spiritual sacrifices. So if you guys go back to the Old Testament, you think of what were the priests' jobs of that day. What were the priests? The holy priest, so as priests, we're a holy priesthood equals believers. For one, the holy priesthood reflects the holiness of God and our high priest. We have a high priest in heaven in the order of Melchizedek, who is a king priest. We'll get to that here in a second. But we're a holy priesthood, reflect the holiness of God. We offer our spiritual sacrifices like the priests in their day. They would offer sacrifices for the people to atone for their sins for the year. The priests were in charge of that. But it tells us that we offer up spiritual sacrifices. Spiritual sacrifice in your, what do you guys think?